My name is Albert Monyasi. I work with CFM in Marsabit County. Our station covers about 300, reaches about 300 people, 300,000 people. In Marsabit County, we reach parts of Ethiopia and parts of Nigeria and Garissa and Samburu. I'm very passionate about doing climate change stories. But after I joined the JHR, when JHR started mentoring me, I became passionate about covering stories which has human interest. In pastoralist areas, there are a lot of cultures like they believe in things like FGM. They believe in amplifying the voice of a man or a boy. So for me is to make sure that women and girls get an opportunity to amplify their voice in terms of trying to help them overcome the culture of FGM. Marsabit County is the largest county in Kenya. So to to cover stories in such a huge county, you need some facilitation, some logistics here and there. So the JHR team, the JHR grants helps us, as for me, to cover stories in far end areas in Marsabit County. And you find some journalists don't do these stories because, like those stations from those areas, they don't have that muscles to send journalists here and there to do stories here and there. So for us, if I get the grant, it helps me to go in vast areas, in far areas, to go and cover these stories. So the HR team has been assisting us in making sure that we cover those stories. And for these women, you find them far because they are pastoralists. They keep on moving from one place to another. So the radio is the only thing they use to get information. So if you have to follow them, to where they are grazing their cattle, then you have to walk, you have to travel. And I happen to be a beneficiary of those grants. So at least a month or 2 months, I do a story. And from the story I did last year to the stories I'm doing now, they are quality stories because I've gone through training. Because if JHR gives you some grants, they also give you a mentor. And that mentor keeps on mentoring you until you're finished with your story. I used to do stories and I could not include anything to do with the natural sounds. But through the training, I knew how important natural sounds are doing a feature story. So basically, now I can do a quality story. And I thank God because some of the stories have been able to win our awards, and some of the stories have made it in the top 3 nationally. If you compare 2017 election with 2022 election, we have many women who have come out to run for elective position compared to 2017. So I think these stories have contributed one way or another in making sure that women feel that they also have the capability, they also have that muscle to come out and vie and compete against men. I think this is something JHR should continue doing, because apart from helping journalists go to cover those stories in far areas, in vast counties like Marsabit, women their voices are getting amplified more and more. And I think if they continue like this, these stories will reach those targeted audience. And in some few years, we'll see women coming out. We'll see such kinds of cultures will be abolished.